Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is Kelvin, aka Kelvecchio. Welcome back to Kelvecchio Sports. Now, breaking news: Liverpool sack Arne Slot, and they're about to appoint Iraola as the new coach. The former Bournemouth manager will become the new manager of Liverpool if everything goes according to plan. And I reported this a few days ago, when I said there was a lot of unrest in the back room and a lot of Liverpool higher-ups were not happy with Arne Slot. And could you say that player power led to his ultimate demise? We know the falling out that he had with Mohamed Salah. We knew Salah coming out talking about the brand of football, the culture of the team. And the truth is, many Liverpool fans were simply unhappy with the way the team performed on a weekly basis. Now, I'm not a Liverpool fan, but you could hear the rumors, you could hear the rumblings, and all of the uneasiness from the support base, right? And if you follow any social media platforms and you see the reports from TalkSport and Sky Sports and BBC and all of that stuff, you know that the writing was on the wall. Arne Slot, for a long time now, especially with 15 defeats in the Premier League this season, he was skating on thin ice, right? It was just only a matter of time because the writing was on the wall. If you lose the dressing room, right, the manager eventually goes, because you can't replace 15, 16, 17 players. It's much easier for the club to make a tough decision, but a warranted decision, and simply fire the manager. And this is what happened with Arne Slot. Arne Slot kept complaining about the referees, he kept complaining about the calls, he kept complaining about set pieces, he kept complaining about low blocks. Every single press conference, Arne Slot simply complained about everything else but himself. He didn't want to look in the mirror. He never once pointed the finger at himself and said, okay guys, I got this wrong, we can do this better. And that was my issue with Liverpool under Arne Slot. I felt he should have been a lot more gracious when he lost. He could have been a lot more complimentary to other teams. I felt like at times he kept digging at Arsenal and just complaining way too much. And I think he created a toxic environment similar to Ruben Amorim. So in spite of winning the league in the last season, Arne Slot is now out of a job. And could you say that it's a bit harsh? Possibly. I felt like it's a risk, but it may be a risk worth taking, because were they to give him another season and the performances kept getting worse, Liverpool were on the risk, or Liverpool took the risk of losing their brand and their identity as a team. And that is far more difficult to recover than losing one manager. So I think that the club hierarchy had a really tough decision to make, and they wanted to preserve this culture, this brand of football, this attacking, this heavy metal football. And this is what was built under Jurgen Klopp. And with Jurgen Klopp's team primarily, right, they didn't have many signings. With Jurgen Klopp's team from the previous season, Arne Slot won the league. But as soon as he tried to tinker with it too much, as soon as he tried to, place his imprint on the team and really make it his team with the new signings and the change in the style of play, it all started to fall apart. So, like I said, as a neutral, I am not surprised that Arne Slot lost his job. In fact, as an Arsenal fan, I'll be honest, I wanted Liverpool to keep him so that he could not do as well in the league, and Arsenal, of course, can win the league again. But it was a tough watch to see Liverpool deteriorate under Arne Slot. And I think if he took more accountability and responsibility for the performances and really pointed the finger at himself, as opposed to blaming the players, blaming Mohamed Salah, blaming everybody else, I think he would have still been in the job. But he created a very toxic environment, if the rumors are to be believed. And of course, you cannot continue to rot and cause the culture of the club and the whole vibe and the style of play to go out of the window as well. So I understand the decision. I think Iraola is going to be a very good signing. Like I said, as an Arsenal fan, I'm not happy with Iraola going to Bournemouth, because I think Bournemouth have been playing some of the best attacking football in the Premier League. They look really good on the eye. The combinations, the attacking play is excellent. So I'm not a big fan of this from a Arsenal perspective. But from a Liverpool perspective, I think this is a really good signing. One of the best up-and-coming managers, one of the best managers who play the best style of play, best attacking football in the country. So it's going to be interesting, right? And Liverpool, in my opinion, with the players that they have, they may need a couple of players, especially from a wing-back perspective. But with the current squad, they are going to be a threat under Iraola. Can they win it in his first season? There's a strong possibility, right? Because I think he's a better football manager than Arne Slot. And perhaps the big issue is that he's not inheriting as good as a team as Iraola did. Iraola got a good Mohamed Salah who was on a decline, but he still produced the goods for him under his first season. So Iraola is not going to have as much firepower in his disposal. He's not going to have, you know, a good a team as Arne Slot had. But look at what he's done at Bournemouth, right? With less quality players, he's producing a really good brand of football. So Liverpool are going to be a threat under Iraola, and it's a good thing for the Premier League. Maybe not good for Arsenal, but it's good for the Premier League. Alright, so if you're a Liverpool fan, would love to hear what you think. Leave us your thoughts, your comments below. If you haven't yet, like this video, subscribe to the channel, and I look forward to hearing from you. Until next one, bye for now.